Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Love Talk Radio.
It is indeed a pleasure to come be excited. I'm Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, the host of Talking Real to You Primetime on WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one. We're so blessed to be able to be before you and offer you an interactive format. We have several people joining us, and we want to give them a shout out as we move forth through our program. Josh, we want to give you a shout out. Thank you so much, Josh. Uniquely is joining us. Thank you so much. Man Oren, thank you so much. Troy Pearson, thank you so much. Troy Glenn Wade. Truly, it's a blessing to be here and have each and every one of you to join us. We have an awesome show planned for tonight, but we want you to be a part of the show by calling in. And the call-in number is 347-857-4192. Again, that's 347-857-4192. Press 1, and I'll make sure I get you on the line by identifying the last 4 digits of your cell. Ask for your location, and you can chat with Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, and the host. We have some awesome hosts. Now, you may ask, why should I take an opportunity, Dr. Smith, to hear you and your co-host on Talking Real to You Primetime? See, Talking Real to You on Primetime is the only internet talk show that focuses on just plain old issues. Our title tonight, America is ruptured. America is ruptured. And we're going to look at some of the social issues, educational issues, as well as some economic issues as we see where we are ruptured at. And we're going to bring it all together and conclude by coming up with some final thought on it. You also can check us out on the web link. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/WVSW Radio. Internet Talk Radio. That's WVSW Talk Radio. You can tweet the show at Zeta Phi Sigma _ with number 10. The Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. We're partners with them in what we're trying to make happen through this interactive platform. Also, D. Smith 15. Our live broadcast will be available on Big O Live. That's at Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. Facebook.com. That's DRL D'Alberto Smith. Instagram, Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. We also have an opportunity. You can check us out on TikTok, and that's Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. And YouTube, we have our channel operating. You can subscribe. You can go to the Smithway Enterprise. Our on-demand episode are aired on Blog Talk Radio, along with Instagram, which is at President.Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, Rumpley at WVSW Radio, the Internet Station 23, TikTok Live, that's Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith, Truth You can check us out on WVSW Radio, the Internet Talk Radio, Internet Station 23, Twitter, Lorenza D. Smith, and Tumblr, Dr. Lowe Smith -blog. WVSW Radio, the Internet station, we #1 has listeners and watchers. And I want to apologize. I'm about to say 42, but we had an additional listener and watchers added country. It's 43 countries now. We had recently the Czech Republic and Canada. So we are taking care pretty much of the North American continent. Excited to be able to get the word out through those Canadians and those individuals in Canada. So thank you so much for taking time to be a part of this. Register for WVSW Radio giveaways via send your name. That's the first thing you need to send. You can send it through a comment. You can send it through a text, question. Just email us your name so we can raffle for those giveaways we have. We have hotel stays, varies from 3 nights to 4 days up to 5 nights to 6 days. We have international trips. We'll be giving away hotel stay, along with here on the continent, North America. We'll be giving away trips in various parts of the United States, Mexico, and along with Canada. We have gift cards. We have gas vouchers. We also have food vouchers. We do love offering. We give individuals, send them money to kind of help with the call, but they must register by sending your name along with one of these means of transaction. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle to LorenzaDSmith15@gmail.com. We also want to share with you that you can sow a seed so we can purchase the books that we also give away in our raffle, along with our gift cards, food vouchers. I want to really thank our host of the Minister Shannon Show. Minister Shannon Hendricks made her donation, along with Minister Connie Collins, Riosha Smith. Those individuals already made their dollar pledge. So we thank them. May have been more than $1, but they make their pledge. They sow the seed with WVSW Radio, and you can do that at Cash App, $ Lorenza D. Smith. We look forward to you being a part of what we're doing. Our title for tonight's show is America is Rupture. And we truly, truly want to talk about some issues that's challenging life on the continent of the United States. And we're so excited to have a chance. Give a shout out to Tony Brakey, a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama, in the great state of Georgia. Thank you so much, Tony Brakey, for joining us on Instagram. We also want to share that we have several co-hosts that join us from time to time. They're calling remotely. And if you look back in the back of the stream, we got all of those gorgeous faces of beautiful ladies that join us. We have Dr. Olivia E. Smith join us from the great state out of Georgia at the time as a co-host. Lauren D. Smith. We call her coach because she is a coach. I'll give her a shout out. We have co-host Tina Robinson, owning my own truth, doing some awesome things out in Oakland, California. She'll be calling from there from time to time. She may be in Atlanta, or she might be in Vegas. She tried to make an impact wherever there's a need, but particularly in Oakland, California. We have Lisa Levine, one of the hosts of our show on Wednesday night, Tell the Truth Primetime. She's a licensed clinical social worker, and you can check her out if you're in South Florida. She's on the area down there in Boca Raton and that area. Down in Broward County. Give her a shout out. Then none other than our co-host. I'm going to say the co-host with the most. None other than Scarlett H. Black. Scarlett H. Black is a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Lauren D. Smith is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And Dr. O is a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you so much for volunteering. We know sometimes you can be here, sometimes you can't. Let me kind of step away a little bit from what exactly, and this could be a part of it. Tonight we will be preparing in a lot of areas for the primaries, and you need to make sure you get out and vote tomorrow, ready for the November general election. So make sure in your area, some people already been doing it. They've been already voting in other states, up to 4 or 5 other states. And you need to make sure you take an opportunity. If you have to do absentee, if you have to just, because it made it possible that over a long period of time, you can vote up until to primary. So we'll give a shout out to those areas and those states and those districts who have made that possible. Please get out. Your vote matters. Your vote matters, even in the primary. Don't go to the primary. Don't sit at home to the primary, then rush into the general election. You might have much more of a challenge there. So just let's make it happen. Let's make it do what it needs to do. Let's start off by looking at America. America is ruptured. We're going to start in the era of education. See, we have to keep in mind that education is very important. We are a splendid nation. We're splendid that we are divided. And we have 2 groups that are pulling, trying to see who's going to be the one to lead. But we can't do this unless we focus on one of the most important things in our success and our survival so we can be impactful. And that is education. Our first segment we'll focus on is education important. And I want you to kind of think about, is education important for success? When we think about education, education allows you an opportunity to empower yourself. So the empowerment that comes from education, just one person go far beyond the individual, making a positive impact. See, education allows you to be an impactful man, an impactful woman. Education allows you to make a positive impact. See, for the greater good. See, we have a show we do on the second Tuesday that focuses on the grassroots. And in that show, it's named Our Voice. And Our Voice will focus on the grassroots. I'm sorry. Normally it's will be the third, because sometime on the first do Dr. Lowe's show or Dr. Lowe's neighborhood. Then we do on the third, we'll do Our Voice. So in essence, Our Voice is a grassroots talk show that focuses on individuals and communities at the grassroots level. We do it block by block. And we're truly excited that that's why we push forth that we prepare ourselves through education, prepare ourselves through training. See, when we're educated, we can empower ourselves, just like being educated about the vote, understanding that your vote matters. And you have to understand that knowledge is power. See, when you get education, it allows you as an individual to make impactful decisions for the greater good of your family, your community, and your country. So I want to quote Francis Bacon. He wrote, "The more one knows, the more one will be able to control events." See, education allows you to control events. It allows you to direct as well as follow. It allows you to help your family. It allows you to help yourself. So it's important that we understand that we need our educational system to be successful. So it's very important that education is successful. As well as Thomas Jefferson, I want to give a quote from him. It's a very short quote, but it's powerful. It said, knowledge is power. I'm going to say that again. Knowledge is power. If you have knowledge, you have power. See, all over the world, but especially in our developing country, education is a major factor. Building stable government, improving society, reducing poverty, fostering economic growth, and achieving gender equality through a ripple effect. That's how powerful education is. And we have to keep in mind that we have to continue to grow and develop. We are a developing country, a country that's leading. Say we want to lead instead of follow. But we must continue to emphasize education. We must continue to emphasize voting. We must continue to emphasize the idea that education fosters economic growth. We have to continue to push for that education improves our society. It improves our livelihood. You attain either a credential or you attain a certification. Attain that certification, I tell you, it allows you to reach your arms out very far. It allows your attitude to reach a new aptitude because you have gained the knowledge that leads toward success. So that we push forth and support education. We have one of our co-hosts joining us. And she's going to join us, and I'm going to lead her in and introduce her. I shared your name already, co-host, but we make you live now, and then we'll do our introduction like we always do. This young lady hails from the great state of South Carolina. She's a former educator. She's a former counselor. She's a former administrator. She's an author, and she's truly an advocate for people. A member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, none other than Sarah Scarlett H. Black. How you doing, Sarah?
I am doing fine. How are you doing? Long time no see.
Yes.
I'm sorry I'm late to get in, but I just got back and I was trying to get to a phone.
Well,
I'm glad to be with you and our listening audience. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate you, Sarah, for being here. It's truly a blessing to kind of get back on. We've been on, but we've been having guests, having politicians want to come on and talk and share their thoughts because, you know, the primary is coming up and they want to make sure they get on. And we have other people that are requesting. And on the 18th, we have a young lady that's requesting to come on and talk. Some more, she's going to just focus on the business aspect. So we have individuals that want to join us. But we was talking about the importance of education that will allow individuals to be successful and impactful. You want to share your thoughts on that?
Well, I just think I just heard the tail end of what you were saying, and you were spot on. Education is a door and a key to that to open to a lot of possibilities, a lot of things that we take for granted. But with the education, comes a lot of reasoning skills, comprehension skills, things that you can, kind of sometimes just think through, analytical skills, and just the opportunities that's you with an appropriate education, whether it's vocational education, high school, of course. We used to tell our kids that's a given. We don't even talk about that because we expect you to go to high school, complete high school, and then move on into vocational career, post-secondary career, things of that nature. But to have those opportunities, to me, just a given. That that's something in a free country where public education is free and it's there and available and affordable for scholarships and grants and things of that nature that you can go on and reach the possibilities that you have and that's been given to you by our Heavenly Father. If you want to, say it like that, and I usually do, that there's potential in each one of us, our talents, our skills, maybe different for the next person, maybe from yours, and yours is mine. But the bottom line is that's inside each one of us. And I just hope that people in other countries where children and kids have to go through so much just to even get to high school, we don't have to do that here in this country. So it's taking, but you have to go after it. And you have to get people surrounding you. It's going to push you in that direction also. The company that we keep, the people around us, will do two things. Either pull us back, push us forward.
And Sarah, I'm glad you brought that up about the if we want to excel to high level, we have to be very careful about the company that we keep. We all as parents set goals for our children, but sometimes there are so many elements out there that may not be being exposed to what you're exposing your child to or your family members. And I think that's one of the things I has begun to kind of seek more into play because of the influence of technology. You have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have Facebook, you have so many opportunities where people will use it to sell something to you. In some cases, selling children's dreams. And that's just something we have to be very cognitive of and be very careful about how this technology is being used. And too many times that it becomes our basic education because a lot of our individuals will make want to narrate have their narratives out there through technology. So I would just want to say to a lot of your young parents, you have to try to when you chose to have a you chose to want to prepare him or her to their best of their ability, and it requires you to spend time. And time, if you want success and you want impact, you have to give the time because Sarah Black know that we're the grad. We're gonna work, from bottom up. We're not gonna let it be a trickle down effect, and it starts in our homes, in our neighborhoods, and we have to take charge of that if we want our young people to be successful, so they truly can experience exactly what Thomas Jefferson said: knowledge is power. When you have practical knowledge, you can have power. You can do a lot of things. Want to share the thought? Want to share anything else on that right there, Sarah?
I just think that, what you said is right. It's true. It's where we put our emphasis, and it does start there at the home, inside the home. It's amazing to me how our ancestors and even our grandparents, grandparents, and so on, and our mothers and fathers, compared to 2024, are we have a lot.
Hmm.
We can go places, we can do things that they never could do. But those little coins that they would collect, in those cabins and stuff,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and didn't have the access to what we have today. And somehow we just we take it for granted that where we are now, someone legacy, we always should give back and want to be proud of us because we're representing all of their sacrifices, including those who, were killed or whatever for the rights that we take for granted now. And so I think that opportunities are there. And again, we can either allow people to pull us back, or we can allow them to push us forward along with our own ingenuity and our own abilities and the potential that we have. And it just bothers me when I see us blow it. We spend more time sometimes debating and talking about things that really are of no consequence. You know, it bothers me when I see people, paying $300 or $40 for tickets to go see Beyonce, which is fine because I love Beyonce. But at the same time, we can't, buy a book, we can't buy paper and pencil to make sure that our kids, have everything they need to be successful in their lives. It has education. She graduated from high school.
Yes.
We want to make sure that all of our kids, have this possibility. But we got to get our priorities straight. And I'm just seeing too much where, we just have lost a lot of that. So if you think about it from this, then you have a better appreciation for where you need to go.
Exactly. And Scarlett, I tell you, it's truly awesome to hear what you're saying in regards to our ancestors and we being legacy of our ancestors. We have to really not allow stuff to be caught up where we don't think education is important. Just think how hard our ancestors fought and had to have a kennel just to be able to read and read the Bible, had to read to gain what? Knowledge. So it gives you power. The reason that was being taken away from them and not being able to do it as we have today was that when people gain knowledge or know exactly who they are and whom they are, they can control which way they go. And I think we are really at a point now where we have so many individuals controlled just by, I'm going to use something that I know children are constantly on, which is a supercomputer, which is a cell phone. We're being controlled by that when our fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers and great grandmothers and our ancestors, some of them died because in my family, just for wanting to gain knowledge and power, had a great uncle to be, hung and everything in Lowndes County, and he has a marker, historical marker on Highway 80, and just to think about what he wanted to do was start a trucking business. That's all he wanted to do. So we running around here about business, not having to put in what our ancestors put in, and don't appreciate that you are some kind of legacy. Scarlett, it concerns me when I hear people and just truly wants to eliminate history. They want history to start 2020. And I'm going to keep saying 2020, 2020, because that's when they want history to start. But we have history way before then, 300 and 400 years of history.
What bothers me even more is that what are we standing doing about it?
Yep.
As these legislatures, continue to wipe out curriculum, wipe out entire departments like they're doing at the University of Florida. The DEI folks are gone, completely gone. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, things that you need to make sure, that we continue to have our history known, have our history respected and appreciated, but also make sure that we'll continue to teach the history to those that have followed us. And when all these things are gone and we're not saying a word about it, keep electing the same people with the same type of attitude. And you don't keep doing that, you get the same results. And as a consequence now, book burning, curriculum wiped out, about our history, and even advanced placement courses being wiped out, and courses that are teaching African American history and different histories, diversity, things of this nature. Where are our voices? Where is the anger? Where is the protest? Where is the concern? And we just kind of just go right along and get along, I guess. I don't know, but it's really disturbing.
And I can add to that, and you asked a question, and I still want to go back, and I'm concerned about those, but I'm concerned about it not teaching it in our homes. We can teach it in our homes, and we don't do that. So when we say, where's the anger, where's the concern, it's not a concern because we don't appreciate it from our grassroots level or our homes. And that's where your biggest problem is. It's easier to remove something when you have the people who's the one that should be knowing it don't really are not being taught like they should be taught as well. And I think that's one of the things we don't all have the answer now. We don't have all the answer for what's on, but what we just sharing what our thoughts are. We want to move forth and give an opportunity for one of our sponsors to share their information. This is L&T Starworth Lawn Service, LLC.
That's right, hard work. Check out L&T Starworth Lawn Service, LLC, the Medicare expert in South Central Alabama. For more information, call Mr. Tony Starworth at 334-300-7401. Again, that's 334-300-7401. Or go to Facebook and check out Anthony Starworth, DM Anthony, and he can connect with you. So we look forward to making it do what it do.
Give a shout out to Anthony Starworth. You can go to Facebook. That's awesome. He's a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and he wants to play a major part in what we're doing here. So you can go to Anthony Starworth on Facebook, and you just direct message him and let him know he's the manicure expert of Central Alabama, and he's willing to work with you to get your lawn, get your acreage of land looking nice. Truly, truly, if you want to give him a call, you can at 334-300-7401. That's Anthony Starworth, L&T Starworth Lawn Service, LLC. We have several people joining us, and I want to give a shout out to them to move to our next segment. We have Marvin Smith, a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama. Thank you so much, Brother Marvin. And also, we will be his venue decided to also be a part of this by getting an ad and promoting with us, and we want to share that with you, which will be coming as Marvin Lala Smith, a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. We have the host of really excited Minister Shannon show that joined us. They had a kickoff on last Thursday. That's Queen Ministry Lewis, and she put Kingdom Blessing. Give a shout out Lynn Landron Redding 282, Miss Betty Jerry Cutt join us. Roy Sullivan is checking us out. Marie Crawford. We also have Terry Joyner. Terry is an artist who a gospel artist that's doing some awesome things. She do it through Facebook and everything, and she's joining us as well. And she working toward having that first album to come out. Also, a shout out to another member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and that's Castile Thompson out of Oakland, California, and her latest song is ranked in the top 5. And awesome. But she's a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Matter of fact, she was at the boule, the last boule, and she ended up catching COVID. That's why she couldn't get out too much. But we want to give a shout out to Castile, and that's her last name is Thompson. But we call her Castile because that is her album called Castile. Thank you so much. And stars. We thank each and every one of them that are joining us and sharing their thoughts. Tony Brakey, a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, writes the library had it all. If you look, had it all. If you look, thank you. You know, people don't want to go to the library no more, Tony. But truly, we have Derek Pugh, also a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. They give you guys a shout out. That's Derek Pugh, 1914. So truly, that's truly those. It's many more. I didn't call everybody out, but I'm gonna get to you as we move forward throughout the show.
You have a restaurant on there, Mary Ruth.
Yeah, we got Mary Ruth coming up. We're gonna come up at the next break on that, and that's also Brother Marvin and his wife, which is Katrina Roper Smith. They are the co-owners of that. Many more businesses in Georgia. Matter of fact, their daughter is a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated here in Alpha Rho Zeta chapter in Montgomery, Alabama. And she's also been identified as the Alpha Rho Zeta Community Leader of the Year.
Congratulations.
She also is the second African American person to lead, and I'm gonna call him. My brain went kind of blank, right? But I'm gonna make sure I give a shout out to her. The organization. She's the second in a long history. Been here forever. I'll get it to you as soon as it snap back. It'll come back. So we want to move forward and move to the next segment, and we want to kind of look at it as sorry. I want you to we will talk about since we out. We was going to talk about it, but all of a sudden we had guests, and then we had holiday. So in regards to the SCOTUS on the affirmative action, how will it? We want to talk about how it's going to affect higher education and historical Black in university. Sorry, I'm gonna let you start off, and I'll come in and join.
Okay, you went out a little bit. Repeat the question again.
We're gonna want to talk about the rulings from SCOTUS. Now on the affirmative action, and will it affect higher education and HBCUs?
Yes, I think it already has. Because again, with these courses or used to be taught that are being dismantled, schools like I said, the University of Florida, who has removed, I think this past week, the entire DEI department to go out and try to recruit and to offer things to African American students and other, without that extra push. And also, I think there's a problem there about financial aid in some of these places too. Some colleges and universities are having difficulties and with the applications of the BARC and all those kind of things being kind of delayed a little bit. It does affect us, and I think the ruling kind of gave a gateway to people in those schools and colleges and universities, especially some of the Ivy League schools, where they don't have to work so hard anymore, and to try to get us, to take advanced post-secondary education and go to college, university, and somewhere where you think that you can't afford, and more difficulty to get in based on what criteria are they using now to determine that. It's amazing how folks who make these decisions benefited from affirmative action when they were coming through these colleges and universities to get where they are now. And some of these same folks are some of the reasons why, particularly on SCOTUS, and one in particular, to dismantle that. So, yeah, it's already affecting us. And in a way, it's going to be good, I hope, and pray to you. because come home. You know, if you can't, these other schools where, we were flocking and getting in because, it was very enticing, getting the money and all that to go. HBCUs are now seeing tremendous enrollment and coming, going to the schools because it's just like an HBCU experience. You know that, Doc. It's just, you can't hardly describe it, you can't explain it. But yeah, it already is affecting us. It started not just this year, it started last year, really. But I think it's getting more speed to it now, where we are having to look for alternatives and also money, scholarships, grants, loans, and things of this nature, to get to school. So yeah, it's already affecting us. And again, it just saddens me that people who have benefited from affirmative action, because it has been around a long time, and a lot of these folks are in their careers, a lot of these folks serving on the Supreme Court, who benefited from that in the law practices and things of this nature to get even to that point. And now, some of the very ones who are saying, forget about it. We don't need it anymore.
Awesome. I'm reading some of the comments. That's why I kind of caught off guard right there. And this is from Tony Brake. It said, "Nation moving to deny us identity, which is HBCU provided it." The typing a little tight on that, but I'm gonna do my best to read it. He said, "The slave manual teaches them only what this one says. The slave manual teach what we see fit." These are some things he typed through our talking process, and I want to read them. "We will get through this. Technology has given us a voice." Okay, I'm sorry for my comment, but this hurts me. And he's referring to affirmative action. He didn't say that, but he's typing as you talk, and I'm trying to read it as he typed as well. It's a challenge. But also I want us to kind of also add to that is that it goes back to what Sarah Black said earlier. Why aren't more individuals who have benefit speaking up? That's just a question. A lot of us that go to these PWIs for the affirmative action, why aren't we speaking up? And we have to have a voice. If you have a voice, if you're concerned, don't sit back and benefit from it and you're not saying anything. And a lot of us are not saying anything. That concerns me because we need to be able to say something. Because you as an individual who had an opportunity in the 60s, in the 70s, or either the 80s or 90s, or the 2000s, you've been not saying anything. And we need everybody. It's easier to point fingers, but why aren't individuals who have benefited said something? And he can't.
Just at this point, too, Doc, and people got the nerve to say that those who came through affirmative action at these school, colleges, and universities, they want to kind of like give the impression that these were kids that were just not quality applicants.
That's not true.
For getting those schools for affirmative action. That was the cream of the crop. You think Harvard's gonna take a bunch of students who were not intellectually ready and prepared into the affirmative action program? It just gave us a flop. So this notion about we just opening the doors to all kinds of people, all kinds of stuff. That's a bunch of junk. These kids are, and those that benefited were academically ready, prepared, and some of the best.
Yes.
Just like we had HBCUs. People think HBCUs that we were not prepared and academically, intellectually curious and ready, for college universities. Come on now. And we've heard the talented 10. Well, that didn't change. The talent is still there. The intellectual proudness is still there. You're not just talking about just letting folks in and open the gates like we don't have the ability to handle, higher education. And that's what angers me. And that's why I think you're right. Why we're not saying anything. Now, you and I, we HBCU folks.
Mm-hmm.
And proud HBCU folks.
Yeah.
Because we know we got the best of the best. We got the best education. We had outstanding professors and people in the school.
Yep.
So, we had to grind whether anybody gave us anything or not. We knew we had to go and grind because we didn't want to embarrass our families, by not grinding and respecting that they were using their hard-earned money to get us there.
Yep.
Nothing's changed that people still wanting the best for their children, and to say that, to give this impression that because some, affirmative action helped some to get into those higher level schools or Ivy League or whatever case may be. Yeah. What do you think of other folks?
Yep.
The same thing. Just what was called affirmative action. It was called my daddy could write a check or whatever case may be, or it's a family heritage. We got a building by uncle or whatever. So maybe we not have had that. But the bottom line is, I want to say everybody was affirmative action guys.
We always kind of heard this, and because as well as your university and my university, because we ran into that point in our history in the last 20 years that we had a sort of like a reverse situation where if you was at a historical black college, you had a lot of the ones that would be considered to be minority at that university, but they're a majority. They came and they enjoyed the benefits as well. They enjoyed the benefits on the other side as well. So we have a situation, but back to it, we can, but you have individuals who have benefited from that will not say anything because it allows them to just being with the name and graduating with the name. They graduate, they in the job that may give them six figures or give them the high level, and they're not going to say anything because they don't want to hurt their job. They don't want to hurt their ability. And it's sort of like we put them in a box, and they got to stay in that box. But truly, we need to be able to voice our opinions. And tomorrow, you'll have an opportunity. I'm going to say in several states, and no particularly in Alabama, it's the primaries coming up, and you need to get out and vote. Don't wait, as I said earlier, to November, to the general election. You might be $1 short then. You need to get out and vote. We in Alabama have the new district. Congressional district was carved out and voted on and put into play. And we have over 15, 16 candidates, and that's putting both parties together. And a decision to get to the one or two, we got to be done tomorrow. You can't wait till November and do it. And it's truly one of those things that we understand that there are things working that we have to take advantage of it, and things that cause it. We don't want to scratch, want to rub nobody's shoulders or bump somebody or hurt somebody. We're quiet about, and then we come back and complain about it. Don't complain to around the corner. Complain out openly. Let people know that you're not in agreement with that, because it's not. It affected how we work and operate. Scarlett, we're going to get our next commercial right quick, and we got to give our favorite one, Mary Ruth's Restaurant of Georgiana, Alabama.
Are you looking for home-cooked food in a family-friendly environment? Well, look no further than Mary Ruth's. Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Located at 261 State Highway 106 in beautiful Georgiana, Alabama. Great food in a family-friendly environment. Mary Ruth's Restaurant offers home-cooked breakfast. All the fixings, you name it, they've got it. And not just home-cooked breakfast. home cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. Mary Ruth's Restaurant specializes in a meat and 3 vegetables meal. And meat and 3. Also home cooked hamburgers, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, and much more. Seafood Ruffles. Mary Ruth's Restaurant has Seafood Friday, Barbecue Saturday, and a dog hot lunch, and made from scratch, including the desserts and so much more. Good. Stop by 261 West State Highway 106 in Georgia. Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Call today 334-362-4032. That's 334-362-4032. Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Home cooked meals, family friendly environment, great food. Who could ask for more in a restaurant? Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana. Breakfast from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Lunch from 11 until 2. And dinner from 5 until 9. Barbecue Saturdays begin at 11 a.m. and last until 9. Restaurant in Georgiana. Home cooked food with a family friendly environment. Come on by. Dinner from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m.
That's Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana. I'm going to give a true shout out to Brother Lala Smith and his wife, Sarah Katrina Roper Smith. The Blue and White family, as I said earlier, their son is a member of Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated. Their daughter is a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and their several family members, their uncle, and the cousin. It's just a blue and white setting there, but it's an awesome place. You can check them out at 261 Highway 106 West, Georgiana, Alabama. You can give Marvin or Katrina a call if you want to order ahead, or just call and then maybe talk to them. You might be in another state and you want to say, I want to see what you actually have on your menu, because I might be traveling, going down to the beach coming up very soon. And the number truly is a great opportunity for you to give them a call. And that's just 334-549-0950. Truly.
Well, I'm gonna have to make arrangements. Then they got to ship me something. I have to make arrangements for Easter and stuff. But they're gonna have to, ship me dry ice, put it on ice or something. But we'll talk.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Actually, Marvin is on the line. So when I mean on the line, he's on Facebook. He's on the platform. So he hear you. Marvin is joining us as well. Thank you so much, Marvin. So Sarah Black says, send her something. Let me give a shout out to Miss Bush EDS, member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. We also have Matthew 9144 joining us. We have Red Rosebud, thank you. Shirley Atkins, J-Bo joining us. Thank you so much, J-Bo. You have Mix Mott Magatis. Thank you so much. Overjoyed 54. Donna Ford joining us. Dolores Everett joining us. Al Rick. Tammy Plummer is joining us. Thank you so much, Tammy. Richard Davis. We have Seven Torah. Thank you joining us. Those individuals solely tapping in. We have Draven Chain joining us. We have Belt 1033. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of this. Thank you so much. Just want to be a part of this, and we thank you. I can say it over and over again, and I will say it, because it's truly to have you as a part of this and working through the several devices, and more people add and keep pushing his further and further up. So he's continued to type some things, and thank you so much. And last thing is, this is a very hurtful and sobering session. So we thank him so much for typing that in. Kind of Robert Croup up. Thank you so much for joining us as well. As we move forward, because we're going to kind of expedite our time here, and we don't have much, but we'll work it out. On the voting, as we said earlier, I said about the second congressional the drawn district, or District 2 in the state of Alabama. We have a Sarah that's running as well for that district out of Saraland, Alabama. The district cover all the way down to Mobile, Alabama, over to Phoenix City line, Georgia, over to the Georgia line. Truly, she's one of them, and I'm gonna give her a shout out because she was on the show. and that's Stacy Thomas Shepardson, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, the Incorporated, running for that Congressional District 2 vacant seat. And we truly say we give her a shout out. We have to do that. But we want to talk about the redistricting. Thank you so much. We want to talk about the redistricting, and this is where we can speak about in Alabama, because this is a district drawn out. As I said, there's it started off like 15 candidates on the Democrat side, and I think it was about 8 candidates on the Republican side. Some of them got canceled out because they didn't do the paperwork. Like for the Ethics Commission in the state of Alabama, you got to have on file if you're running for public office. Some of them didn't do that. So it kind of eliminated a few of them. The district on the Democratic side includes Anthony Daniel, but because of the redrawing of the district, someone can still run for it, and then if they're elected, they can move in the district. That threw me for a link. I really didn't. I had a problem with it. Because you really don't know what's going on. The district that Anthony, and I'm speaking of him because he's one of my former students. Sarah, he's one of my former students and athlete who left the school, graduated, and went up to Alabama A&M, Historical Black College and University. Eventually ran for the representative for the state of Alabama. He's been there like 8 or 9 years. So he's want to move into that congressional seat. So I'm going to give a shout out to Anthony Daniels. Also, we have Samara Figures. As we know, Michael Figures, as you know, attorney that brought down the Klan in the state of Alabama. And his mom took the seat when Michael Figures passed on. And Samara has been working with, he worked in the part of the chief of staff office under Obama administration. So, but he's from Mobile, and he's running.
A real quality
Exactly. And then also we have several other candidates, and they're Julian Moore, I believe, out of Birmingham. We got 3 or 4 candidates out of the Birmingham. Again, Birmingham is not part of the district, but like again, they can run. That's what the agreement was. Then we have the Alabama Democratic Conference, headed by Joe Reed, has put a slate of office, and he has put Nathan Bracey as the individual that the ADC is supporting, which you know that is the very strong Black Democratic Party. And Joe Reed has been the individual who's, been at the head of that for many. Now his son is I think might be the executive director. Individual that's Joe Reed Jr. Joey, but it's Joe Reed Jr. So that's. He put someone else beside the ones I just mentioned. But if you want to just jump in right there, Scarlett, and share your thoughts on the redistricting.
Well, first of all, you and I, we live in a red state, and your state has really been in the news a lot lately, and not for the right reason. And other thing I'm going to say to people listening and from the state of Alabama, just like I say here, you keep voting for the same thing over again, who's not representing your interests, who doesn't represent anything about you, and don't really care to try, because it's tough. You got some tough stuff going on in Alabama. Then just try to take a change. And try to Alabama's a very poor state, just like most of the red states, are. And you have to work even harder, but you got to vote. And regardless of how you vote, hopefully you'll vote for folks who are going to represent what your faggots and interests really are, and not put people in there because it has an R or whatever by their name. You know, right now it's about democracy. It's about doing the right thing. It's about making sure that those who have fought to defend this country, protect and defend, like all should be doing. You know, we send our soldiers off around the world. We're not asking for their political parties. We're asking for them to protect and defend democracy and defend this country and to represent us. And in those areas where you are voting to see who's going to be the best to represent your town, your community, your district, and thank God for it, that they were able to get this new district seat up because of the redistricting and trying to make sure it was done fairly throughout. So you got some real tough decisions to make, but vote for what's right and vote for the person who's going to represent the right. But more importantly, vote. Too many people give their lives for the right to vote and to make their voices heard and to express how they feel and want things in your area and also in this country.
That's awesome, awesome. See, truly, I want everybody to just get out tomorrow if your primary is happening tomorrow, and you vote, because I know the South Carolina already had their primary. There are several other
states.
We had
our primary.
Several states that are coming up tomorrow, and it's going to be almost like a Super Tuesday tomorrow.
Yes, I'll Super Tuesday tomorrow.
Yeah. And my only biggest concern is that in the Alabama Democratic Conference, the fight that is going on, and this is not fight of any, instead of allowing to come together, and that means that the plan of dividing and conquer is working to a point that we may not want to accept and understand, and we just have to realize we got to stop wanting to get what we want. Many people
and watch this AI too, because this AI is putting out disinformation, AI, artificial, intelligence, artificial information is coming out on this AI. Be very careful of falling for the
keep putting in that work
and falling for this.
Exactly, and that's what individuals we have to just kind of. Make sure we put our ear close to the ground. You know how the Indians used to do many long years ago. The scout put his ear on the ground. He can hear where, what's traveling. He can look at the ground and see. And we got to get back to the old way of caring about one another and stop just being selfish. We probably that's the reason why we're fragile, because we're selfish. And I think that's one of the biggest things we got to. But I'm going to have to play another commercial before we get to our time. And we have Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. And I need to make sure I play and represent her as well as Tristat. And then we'll get ready to close out. Exactly. It's been awesome. I'm telling you now. I thank you so much, Scarlett, for taking time. We just gone over a little bit. I don't want it to go off. But this is Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace.
If you want to purchase some of the best soap and perfume scents in South Central Alabama, contact Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. The owner is Miss Jennifer Jackson. Contact number 251-369-1344, or go to Facebook. Type in Jennifer with one N Jackson or Charlie's Angel. There's several items like bombshells, chance of a lifetime, bloody lovers, straight savage, manpower, goat milk lotion. Again, that number is 251-369-1344. Soap Gym by Jackson and Grace.
we're going to get TriStat LLC an opportunity to share their thoughts too.
Said LLC can grow your. We provide specialized business and management consulting services. TriStat LLC meets your consulting needs in the industry of engineering, accounting, research, and management service sector. Contact Mr. William Scott at 334-320-5488 or 334-526-0228.
We had Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace. That's Jennifer Jackson. Go to Facebook, type in Jennifer 1N Jackson or Charlie's Angel, or give them a call at 251-369-1344. Mr. William Scott with TriStat LLC, a consultant can meet your needs. You can call Mr. William Scott at 334-320-5438. We want to thank each and every one of those sponsors. As we get ready to close out, the hour went pretty quick tonight, but it is what it is. We're going to make it do what it do. But Scarlett, any parting words you want to share with our friends? And I do have a few more names.
Be back with you tonight. It's been quite a while and a lot going on. But just thrilled to be back and to have our audience with us. And congratulations on, I think I saw the Czech Republic is
Yes.
with us now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And Canada.
Glad to have them other countries who have joined family and tuning in. We appreciate you and appreciate our standard audience right here in this country who are always on the scene. And I'm impressed with the commercials. You really gotten good at getting these commercials done. It's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you.
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
I was doing this a few years before he asked me to come, join, and I'm glad I did because this always makes me happy, and to know that we are doing our best to provide information to our listening audience, and also to hear from them, and to just keep the standard and keep hope out there that we're going to just too shall pass. All this that we're going through, we just keep striving every day to be the very best you can be. I'm not trying to be the very best that I can be. And what I was yesterday, I want to be better today.
Exactly.
And tomorrow, I want to be better. So I think you put one foot at a time. We will reach you. We'll keep striving, and we'll keep learning, and we'll keep growing. So thank you, Doc. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much. The co-host with the most. I'll call you that. I always say the host with the most, co-host with the most. Thank you so much. That's Scarlett Harvey Black, a author. I want to make sure I never forget that again. She's an awesome individual, and she's impactful in the state of South Carolina. Keep doing what you're doing, Sarah. Make a difference. I want to thank each and every one of you all that joined us. Brother Breaker said this segment got him angry. So we want you to calm down, Brother Breaker. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We got several other people. We had sort of like a big blow in our internet. Then we rebooted up on TikTok. We had at the time about 264 people on, and now we have a new broadcast going on beyond the hour because we get an hour to do it. I want to give a shout out to some of those people added on. That's Addie. Addie is her name. You have Maurice W. You have a user. You have Soli Mom, Catherine Bannister, Tawana Fitz. Thank you so much, Dave. Terrell Murphy, Rose. Thank you so much. And they come in quick and fast. Then we have a Rose Burnett that's joined us. We also have Rebecca Arley is joining us. Thank you. I had to give a shout out. We have Isaiah Moore joining us. We have joining us, Gregory Marsh, Arlena Johnson, Little Bit joining us. We got quite a few. I'm telling you, we got them coming in quick and fast now, real hard. We have Charles Harvey. We have Keish Daniel. Thank you so much. This is Gene McQueen, 29 joining us. We have another user. I'm just trying to give a shout out to Butter Burns joining us. G Crystal joining us. Crystal joining us. Robert Levitt, thank you so much. Mary Bakungo, thank you so much. Tony Forney, Mary Faye Thomas, Frank Harden, thank you. Patricia Furr, thank you. David Webb, ETS, thank you. Pat, Tori McKinney, Ronnie Stokes, several, and a user. See, we got quite a few join us. Thank you so much, Scarlett, so much. And I just want to give a shout out to those individuals. And as we get ready to close, see, God has blessed us again. And Scarlett always said, but to the Divine Nine that are joining us, thank you so much for being a part of it and supporting what we're trying to do. But we have to play for that. We have to play that last commercial for that chapter that's supporting what we're doing. The Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter out of Greenville, Alabama. Want to share this with you.
It's a pleasure to talk about the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter in Greenville, Alabama.
Yeah, we want to tell y'all we love you.
Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, they're providing service. They're saying to the motto, help to the service and service for humanity. If you want to contact those brothers, you can go to Facebook, Zeta Phi Sigma Greenville. You can go to Instagram, and that's Zeta Phi Sigma Greenville with the number 10. And if you want to tweet those brothers, that's Zeta Phi Sigma _10. Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, we're proud of you. Make it do what it do.
My, we want to give a shout out to those brothers, the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma Greenville, Alabama. We want to give you the hashtag they use. They lead but never follow. Also with WVSW Radio, the internet station, we're number one. We're so glad to come before you, but we're about to close it out. And I want you to keep this in mind. I want you to keep in mind that we want to be here to make it do what it do. We want to be interactive. We want to be responsible. We want to keep on grinding. And then the bottom line, as we get ready to leave this place, I just want to tell you, it is coming from my heart. I love you, and it's from my heart, and I'm going to say it with the passion I always said. Sarbar Black, thank you so much. And to all of you, with the addition of our recent countries, the Czech Republic, along with Canada joining us. So we're up to 43 countries. So God is so good, and I want to tell y'all from my heart, I love you. And ain't a thing you can do about it. Have an awesome rest of the day, a rest of the night. We'll see you tomorrow at 1:00 p.m., Dr. Lowe's Neighborhood. And we're going to focus on preparing our boys to be impactful men. Have an awesome rest of the night. And we'll see you when the sun breaks again. Bye.
Good night.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.